Hey everybody, welcome back to Sam's Doing Stuff. What am I doing today? Well, right now it's all about high labor and low cost. Right now I'm getting ready to sharpen up the chain so I can cut a bunch more rounds. Now Chris in the Woodyard has got me convinced. I tried it and I like it. Using a Dremel tool to sharpen with, it is so much faster. The only thing you really have to be careful with, keep the RPMs down so you don't cook the teeth. But I'll tell you, it is so good and so fast to just touch up the teeth, get an edge back on them. And the man knows what he's talking about, so I tend to trust him. So high labor, low cost. I'm no financial expert, but if you've been with the channel for a little bit, you know that I am on a cash only basis now. I just recently, within the past couple of years, switched to that. I made a couple of purchases. One was my F350 and another is my zero-turn lawnmower. And those are going to be the last loans that I take out for purchases. Like I said, I'm no financial expert. And if you do your research, you'll find out that most wealth is built by people who don't use credit. And it makes sense. So, my situation right now, as you know, I put that new garage door in and I paid cash for it. So right now I'm a little bit thin. So when you're thin, find the jobs that are high labor and low cost. So we're cutting wood, that's right. Now right now I'm just trying to get things organized. I've got a bunch of rounds over here that need to go over in that corner with the rest of the rounds to be split. Anyway, like I was saying, right now I have to finish that concrete work under the new garage door, of course. But I need to spend, I think it's about $200 to $250 on a trough drain to put at the bottom of that garage door. And I'm using my YouTube money for all these projects. So I'm gonna save up and wait until I get paid this month by YouTube. And then I'll be able to buy that trough drain. I'm not gonna take my Home Depot credit card and just go out and buy it. I'm just not doing that anymore. I still like this, I really do. Sometimes you just have to take a break. Let me tell you something, I never thought for a second, I thought it'd be convenient, but I never thought that having water down at these barns would be almost twice as important as having electricity. The electricity was the plan, but because I was trenching it anyway, another example of high labor, low cost. You're already doing the labor. You already dug the trench, you're already running it. Might as well put in the water too. So putting in that water, just went over, rinsed my face off and everything, cooled off. Whew, I've only got a little bit of time today, so we're trying to knock as much as we can out. And if you can see, so this is, I think maybe there's a compromise here. I don't mind what I'm doing over there, but it uses 4 times as many pallets to get them up off the ground and to stack them there as it does using each individual pallet here and stacking rounds on it. And the tractor could very easily move these. It takes more advantage of the space. It's not taking up as much space. I might just go back to this. I mean, I'm already down here with it anyway, so it's not taking that much time. Not like before when I was driving it all the way from the other Woodyard all the way around and coming down here. This is quick. So, saving my back, saving my time. I really like this. All right, high labor, low cost. In that spirit, there's something I've been wanting to do. You see it up there? We're supposed to have probably about 5 days with temperatures and heat indexes well above 90, could be into the hundreds. Sure would be nice if I had a ventilation fan that worked. Oh, I hope I built these shelves strong enough. Oh, I'm not a fan of heights or climbing, but this ought to be okay. Famous last words. Never stand on the top step. This feels pretty good, I guess. Kind of sturdy-ish, kind of. Wouldn't that be a hoot? Get me on camera falling on my ass. Okay. It's a little rusty, you know, but it's just a fan. Oh, look, it spins nicely. Hey, that's pretty good. I don't hear any squeaking. It's not binding at all. So really all that is left to find out is if that electric motor works. If the motor works, it works. So let's get it hooked up. Well, the good news about this is I took a picture of the little sticker on the motor, and it seems like it'll be fine to just run number 12 wire. And I don't know, the only way I know to test it is run power to it and see if it works. Oh, it's hot. If this exhaust fan works, it'll sure help, because it's hot up here. Oh, I don't have a flathead. Down again. I mean, if we're gonna do this, let's go ahead and tighten this wire clamp down. I did bring the nuts, yeah, wire nuts. These wire nuts. Did I bring some snips up here? Did I? I bet I didn't. Back down again, woohoo! Oh, the barn swallows are flying around. They are fearless. Barn swallows will fly right in your face. Well, call me a pessimist, but before I go putting a whole switch in here and everything, I'm gonna draw power from this outlet over here. It's number 12 wire, 20 amp breaker. Should be plenty for that electric motor. But all I did was I stripped the wires here, and I'm just gonna stick them into the outlet, see if it turns. Do not try this at home. It works. Happier than a puppy with 2 Peters. Let's wire in the switch. Let's test the switch. We have a fan. So I'm hoping that's gonna make a difference. It's not quiet, that's for sure. It is not a quiet fan, but so they used to have cattle in this barn, and I'm sure that the cattle had some methane gases. You know what I mean? You should have seen the amount of petrified manure I cleaned out of this barn. Anyway, that was probably to vent out the methane gases. And I don't know, I feel a little bit of a breeze. Probably that paired with a nice industrial fan over in front of me over there will make this very cool and tolerable. Obviously, it's going to take the heat out of the top of the barn first. It works. Check. I love it. "95 degrees today, but I got the exhaust fan running in the barn. I got a canopy set up out here. I got a box fan rigged over here blowing on me, and I got a mess of logs to cut. Something inside me just says I need to cut logs. Yeah, I need to cut logs. I need to make them mess around to get them ready to split. That's all. Just feel like cutting. Yeah, I am really liking this for the big stuff. These little ones here, you know, I'll cut these and I can just walk them over. That's no big deal. I'm not a wimp. I can lift some things, you know, just don't lift too much. Anyway, I just want to freaking cut. Let's do it. Yes, sir. Cutting up rounds certainly qualifies as high labor, low cost. Just costs the amount of oil and fuel to run the saw. But boy, is it high labor. Yeah, I got, I think, at least a cord right here, I think. And then what I was stacking on pallets and bringing over here, I don't know. It's so hard for me to judge anymore what a cord even looks like. It always seems like less and less. You start with a big stack of logs and it's like, oh my gosh, that's so much wood. And then you cut it into rounds and it looks like it takes up less room. Then once you start stacking it into IBC totes, yeah, it disappears really fast. But I got a mess of rounds to split, and that's where I was going for, so I could work in this barn. Now, listen up, guys. I've got the biggest news that'll ever happen to this channel, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you're gonna wanna tune in the next video. Saturday, make sure you get up, get your coffee, and sit down and enjoy, because I've got a really big announcement to make. Maybe you're kind of catching on, maybe you catch a clue, but it's big. It's really big. So, hey, I promised somebody I would give you an update on the basement. So let's get in out of this heat, and I'll show you what I've been doing in the basement. This is where I left off. This is the last update I gave. This whole bathroom is all plumbed and framed and everything, and it is ready for whatever the next step is. But then I'm not putting a wall in here yet, because that's going to be the last wall I put in, because that's where all material comes down through. So I want that as open as possible. And then I framed in the furnace room. The biggest challenge I'm finding in all of this framing in this basement, and I've done this before, but this is kind of a little different. There's a lot of wires and pipes and whatnot, and it's not as straightforward as you might think. So it's all about the blocking and bracing to get these walls attached to the ceiling. Now, the beautiful thing about finishing a basement is nothing is structural. You know, the structure's already there. It's already been, you know, everything's just aesthetic, really. The only function for a basement is you add plumbing, you add electricity, insulation, make it more pleasant, carpet, you know, but the rest of it is just the look of it. So anyway, this is as far as I've gotten. I did this furnace room. I almost screwed myself because I was gonna center this door on the wall. It's a 36-inch door, and this is a very high efficiency furnace, so you don't have to put a louvered door into it. It gets its fresh air from outside, and so everything's just done through PVC. Anyway, so I'm gonna put this 36-inch door in, and I had it centered, and then I looked down here and I'm like, oh, that's where the filter comes out. And where my floor is marked here, if I had the wall where I wanted it originally, it would have blocked the filter from coming out. So you got to watch out for stuff like that when you're doing projects. Details are important. And yeah, once the furnace room is blocked in, or it's framed, this is the next wall right here. So I continue with the plastic vapor water barrier, and we go along here. Just 2 more walls, that's it. And of course that special little nook right there, I'm gonna do some special stuff there, but otherwise, that's the update on the basement. And once again, I gotta tell you guys, you have to tune in on Saturday. I'm just so excited. I'm happier than a puppy with 2 Peters, you know what I mean? I am just ready to tell you. It's been a while. I've had this secret for about a month now. But anyway, Saturday's gonna be a good video. I hope you tune in, get your coffee, sit down, relax, and I will see you then when I'm doing some pretty exciting stuff.